Today's show brought to you live from Lounge Media Group Studios. It's Pedro and the Freight Hound with the Logistics Lounge.
Just you wait, change is gonna come.
The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.
Pedro, you're on mute, brother man.
Damn it. I saw it. I hit it because I saw it earlier muted. I was like, oh shit, did I mute myself? But I forgot it doesn't turn the video. I'm an idiot, man. Look at me, dude. How are you doing, sir? I do recognize it. I've recognized it since birth.
I'm doing good, brother. Been a good week so far. Getting ready to head on to good old Charleston, South Carolina this weekend. Hopefully the weather's going to be a little bit nicer, but yeah,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Getting some freight rolling, trying to figure out where the cheap gas is. Just the normal.
I know that's fucking right, dude. If you are serious about that, you should what was that app called? It was like Gas Buddy. That's what it was. There you go, bro. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. It's funny you're talking about that shit, talking about the gas, because I saw this post today or yesterday, and it was a guy pumping gas, and he said, "I'm just at that age where I don't care what the price of gas is, because it's either this or don't go to work, and then I don't have a home." So I was like, I gotta feel that, bro. I gotta feel like it's just the age, like, dude, it just is what it fucking is. It sucks, but it's inevitable. You're gonna buy the gas. That's just all there is to it. Quit lying to your damn self.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's bad when I'm like routing my trips around town. It's not just like poke over here, poke over here. It's like, all right, where's the cost savings coming in?
Man.
But yeah, bro, doing good. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. Been kind of a slow week, dude. I mean, it's been the difficulties continue as far as trying to fucking book stuff, man. It is just, it's crazy out there, man. I don't get it. And I may catch some slack for this, man. And that's fine, but just the atrocities, that's all I can call them, man, that I have seen come from some carriers with their rates and stuff. And I'm not one to tell someone what it costs to run their business. Everybody's got their own thing, but like, I've been in this long enough that I can do fucking quick math, and I know where rates should lie and stuff. And a lot of it's just out of pure greed, you know. And I mean, case today, I have this box truck, dude. Like, guy didn't even tell me it's a box truck. It's a reefer lane. It's a 1,400 pound, 4 pallets, 1,400 pounds. And I'm talking to this guy, man. The lane right now is running at $850. I posted it a fucking partial 1,400 pounds at $900. Okay. Cause it's a short load. You know what I mean? I say, hey, I gotta, do something so someone can get this. Anyway. This guy talking to this man, this is boss. And then he's telling me, he came at me at $1,200. And I'm like, I get it. You know what I mean? That's probably your day rate. That's what I'm thinking to myself. But as we're going, I'm talking to him, man. And I'm like, hey dude, like, I can't do that. And he keeps coming back with me. And he goes, he's like, hey man, he was like, this box truck doesn't run on like hopes and dreams or something like that. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute, bro. I was like, dude, you have a box truck? And he was like, yeah, is that a problem? I said, no, that's not a problem. But you are out of your flipping mind if you think I'm going to pay you more than I'm willing to pay someone with $250,000 worth of equipment going down the highway. And he was like, well, that's not fair. Diesel's the same price for me. And I was like, yeah, dude, we could have that argument. But man, it was this whole thing. I was like, this guy's lost his fucking mind, bro. I was really considering losing money on this just to cover the load, because the guy was cool, man. He's like, hey man, I'm already empty, blah, blah, blah. And then when he told me that, I was like, oh, hell no. No. Don't think so, bro. I will give you $850. That's what I will give you. And he was like, no. And I was like, all right, then dude, talk to you later. And that was it. So, it's freaking nuts out there, man. But yeah, whatever. Other than that, it's good. It's a good week, dude. Good week. Ready to get the week over. Get to because next week's Matt's.
Week,
yes, dude. I'm so excited, man. you know what Matt's is turning into us. I don't know if you realize this, bro. Matt's is turning into or this year it is going to be one big dinner date for us. Because instead of us planning out going partying every night, we have fucking dinners with people set up every night instead. Mm-hmm. So it's funny to me, man. Here we go, balls to the wall. We'd have all this fun and out this nightlife. And this year we're like, dude, no. Just no.
Yeah, no, dude, yeah. The fine cuisine that Louisville has to offer.
I think I'm going to take on our guest tonight, saying that he said to me that I told you this, where Indy said, man, as I get older, I get more and more like George Thorogood. One bourbon, one scotch, one beer, and that's it. Yeah, dude. So that's how I kind of feel with it now. But there we go. I've babbled too damn long. Sorry, bro. You know me. You get me fucking going, dude. I haven't had all my meds today, okay? So just bear with me. Just bear with me. That's all I have, though. You want to get to some news?
Yeah, let's see what you got.
All right, let's see what we got.
Lounge Media News, brought to you by AR Doc Pro and sourced from truckingnewshub.com.
Okay, something little on the lighter side, but something that brings up a very good point, and we'll all understand that whenever we get into this. So, a bill making its way through Idaho legislature would put an end to the speed limit differential between cars and trucks in the state. House Bill 664 seeks to amend state law to change speed limits for vehicles with 5 or more axles that operate at a gross weight exceeding 26,000 pounds. It would set those vehicles' maximum speed limit the same as others. And what they're talking about is the four-wheelers, cars. Eliminating the current stipulation that requires speed limits in urban areas and on state highways to be at least 10 miles below that of what the lighter vehicle or what lighter vehicles, four-wheelers, are. The bill so far has passed the Idaho House, and that was earlier this month. And then on March 12th, it was approved by the state Senate Transportation Committee. Now it's heading to the full Senate for a vote. Although, let's compare a little bit here. I love this guy. The point this guy here is making. Idaho Trucking Association President and CEO Alan Hodges told Overdrive that it isn't opposed to the bill, but it also doesn't believe it would address the issues it's intended for. Hodges said that many interstates in Idaho are 2 lanes in each direction, and the public can become frustrated when 2 trucks get side by side at lower speeds and they take miles to complete the pass, creating a so-called rolling roadblock. He goes on to say that the speed limits on highways are 70 for all vehicles and 65 on interstates and urban areas for all vehicles. In rural areas, however, cars they have a limit of 80 miles per hour, while trucks are still limited to 70 miles per hour. He said raising the speed limit for trucks is likely not going to address the issues here, and many of the trucks are already governed at or below the current speed limit in their state and others. He said with the hilly terrain, trucks often remain to be at the speed limit anyway. And then he goes on to talk about the things that are not being made totally public that are being allowed in this bill. One of those would allow trucks that are permitted up to 130,000 pounds on designated highways in the state, including a bunch of interstates, places they are not allowed as of right now. He said that creates a concern, obviously, for the public. The infrastructure, could add to costs and all those things. He wraps up as saying that his final concern is with certain classifications of trucks within this bill, like agriculture, dump trucks, log trucks, and those moving manufactured homes that operate in intrastate operations, and they are exempt from inspections and hour of service regulations. He said intrastate ag haulers aren't even required to hold a CDL as long as they're hauling their own product. So he said that those are some things that, need to be addressed and taken into account. So good. I'm for them doing the speed limit, man, at least up to 70. That's great. I mean, but I love the points that this guy's bringing up, man. It's not going to address, majority of the problem, the majority of the issue that they're trying to. And so, and the argument could also be had, I'm sure if we had one of our safety people on here, Hunter, that the argument could be had that, what could this possibly do to accidents? We're not even talking about the ones where people get unalive, just accidents, period. Could they become worse now that the drivers are legally allowed to go faster? So,
yeah, well, if it's anything like in Tennessee, you get rolling down 40, I'm telling you, dude, Fast and Furious ain't got nothing on some of these FedEx trucks rolling down the highway. So, I mean, we'll see if it makes any sort of a difference. But yeah, like it got brought up, the governor's like, he can raise the speed limit. That don't mean the truck's gonna go any faster. But what up, Steve? That's interesting. I haven't seen that one pop up before. But yeah, the side by sides. I mean, 2 trucks just roll next to each other. That is a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, bro. We have all been in that fucking situation, man. And and if you're a driver, I mean, you have probably been the one that has caused that situation. I know I have inadvertently, so what I mean. It just it sucks, but there you go. Like I said, good thing for them to raise it up. I mean, and a lot of states. There was some more stuff in that article too. Talking about that. A big argument is also had on the reverse, that making trucks go much slower than the four-wheelers also causes congestion. Because it forces more people to have to get over that are actually doing the speed limit to get around you. And any safety person will tell you, man, the more you are moving in and around the road, the more risk you are putting yourself in for something to happen. So it was pretty good article. As usually we'll post it up here in a minute. Y'all can go and read it and stuff. So talking about the other states should be doing the same thing, like California and Oregon. It's 55 there, and other cars can do 65. So
yeah.
That's all I got, man. That's all I got.
Stevie's not done yet.
I'm not
think
talking about carriers anymore. I'm not complaining about all of them, bro. I mean, I'm not, some of you can tell, and Indy I feel would back this. You can tell the people who don't know what the hell they're doing, who call themselves owner operators, when they're the ones calling you with outrageous fucking rates just for no other reason than the fact that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? So people like that are throwing darts at the board, seeing an opportunity, and they're the ones in 6 months are going to be like, oh, I can't make my truck payment. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Well, most of them real owner operators ain't calling in on loads.
that's very true. That's true too, bro. Man, damn, burn on me, right? You know what I mean? Touche, my friend. Touche. All right, you ready to bring this young man up?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Indy trucker, Mr. Chris Thomas, the Ridge Wrangler.
Down the road here from me, there's an old holler tree where you lay down $1 or two. Go on around and bend, come back again. There's a jug full of that good old.
Good old Mountain Dew.
Yes, sir.
All right, brothers, what's up? How's it going?
What's happening, Indy?
Looking over the show floor here at Matt's for next week, seeing who's going to be there. I see Kenworth is still coming, the only truck manufacturer that still comes to the largest trucking show in North America.
I think Peterbilt was there last year, weren't they?
One of the dealers is there, but
okay, not the company itself.
There.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Always interesting. Isn't it?
Are you gonna do a test drive again this year? I know you usually do the little test drive on the trucks. You're gonna take a test drive again?
If they've got the test drive, I like to go test drive at Kenworth again.
Yeah.
Kick the tires a little bit.
Burn the tires a little bit, you know what I mean? Squill them a little bit. Indy come around the corner drifting that damn trailer.
I drove that. I drove both of them last year. I think, or the year was last year, or the year before last. They had the dump truck and the W990 there.
Yeah, that was 24.
And they had the so that dump truck had that 12-speed PACCAR, and then the W990 had the 18-speed Eaton Ultra Shift. And those are smooth driving trucks.
Are they?
They were good. They were good, nice driving trucks. It was interesting though when I had a conversation with the guy that they were having trouble sourcing PTOs for the automatics, which that's a big no-go for me. If I can't get a PTO on there or have a hard time, it really makes me think twice about it because I'm PTO dependent in my freight mode.
Yeah.
How
hard was it?
Looks like a big show though. Looks like there's going to be quite a bit there. Yeah.
It does, yeah. It's going to be fucking fantastic as always, in my opinion, man. I'm stoked. I'm stoked about it, dude. And we got a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff going on, bro. With the show, doing something with Freight Ninja again. And, I got you coming on the show, I think, right, Indy? I'm pretty sure I do. I don't know.
Probably can do that. I'll be there Wednesday. I'm on a few things. I need to start writing this stuff down and keep up with it.
I'm gonna look. I could have swore that Paul. Like we got Paul. We got Paul. Paul's coming on the show with Van on Thursday. And I tried to get Tony, but he keeps eluding me. So I'm gonna have to call Van and sick Van on him. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we're getting there Wednesday too, man. Let's see. Yeah, see Rob Carpenter and Sam Watt start everything out with the safety guy shootout, and then we got Paul and Van, and then we got UCI. Gord is on Friday. J Mart's on Friday. Bobby and Steven, Trucking Awesome. St. Christopher's Relief Fund, and Racetrack. Damn, I thought I had you on here. That's cool. We're gonna fit you on here, bro. We're gonna put you in on Thursday. That's what you can do. We're gonna put you in on Thursday somewhere. How about that? Does that work for you? Or do you want
Thursday at 3 p.m. I'm tied up, but
no, we're doing it from 10:30 to noon.
Okay.
So you look at your schedule. Let me know what works for you best. Thursday or Friday. We'll fit you in, bro. It's no big deal.
Friday. Let's go Friday.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone's doing like 10, 15 minutes. That's what we're trying to do. Just like we did last year, man. Just everyone come on, chop it up. You know what I mean? Just give a have just a good old hoot and hollering time, I guess. And we're supposed to be getting like a little private room that we can get in there and be as as loud as we want and bring as many people as we want. So good time.
Yeah. This is I've been going this show since 2010, probably first time in 2010. And, believe it or not, it was a lot bigger back then, in a way. I mean, I think individually there might be more there as far as the smaller booths, but back in the day, all of the truck manufacturers were there.
Mhm.
All of the truck stops were there. And the crazy thing is there's more people attend now than they did, 15 years ago.
Yeah, last year was crazy packed compared to 24, but then they like shut down like the East Wing or whatever that looked like an old airplane.
South Wing or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they might still be remodeling it, looking here at this map, because it's kind of the same layout as it was last year.
Yeah. Honestly liked last year, dude, because Hunter, you got walking around that dang arena. Oh my God, bro.
Oh, dude, year one was a shit show, man.
Yes.
And it was getting lost in there.
Yeah, and it was so damn hot in that building. You remember that, Hunter?
They had that space heater right in front of friggin' like right next to Truck Parking Club's booth. I'm like, y'all not realize it is 90 degrees in this building? And it messed me up too, because remember I was wearing like that I was wearing like that hoodie and then that jacket over it, dude, and I was in there dying, I almost passed out. But it's also like 30 degrees outside.
What was it? It was like a lizard thing or something you were wearing. It
dude.
Yeah, dude, I remember that. Oh, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was
but I like the way they had it laid out last year, man. You know what I mean? Like it flowed really well. You know what I mean? As far as just where things were, and I mean it's all kind of right there on the same side of the building. So I think it worked. I think it worked really good the way they did it. I'm glad they kind of set it up the same way this year.
What's always amazing to me though is how many different media personalities there are in the trucking industry. I can get on every night, open up Instagram, open up Facebook, open up TikTok, and there's some other person I have never seen before with 100, 200,000 followers. They're doing their thing. It's amazing.
You got that new fellow, what's his name? Uncle Rob, the trucker guy.
Soft hands there.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going to be there. He's got to be. Larry's done some stuff with him. That'll be.
I was just sitting there, like Bruce Wilson. He has his big booth there. Hack Nation from TikTok's over there. The engine guru. There's a lot going on. It's going to be a big show. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm with you all. The dinners is where it's at. I'm sure we're going to be having the Please Advise meeting down there at the Irish pub Thursday night as usual. That was pretty good turnout last year too. I would say
it was fucking crazy.
There had to be close to 100 or better in there.
Oh, it was nuts last year, bro. I don't know. Is this how long has Reed been doing that? Was this only like the second year last year?
Oh,
it had to have been, because then the hats come out like end of 23.
Yeah. I guess. So Reed first year he come was 23, and it was kind of informal then, right? Like I remember we went out to a place there on 4th Street Live, and we had it was me and Gord and Justin Martin, Mike Lombard, and a few other people from X who come over there. Big Dog Sib, if you know. So there was a few of us there, and we had a pretty good time. And yeah, Reed had that seafoam green hat on with the yellow Post-it on it, said "Please Advise." I mean, it's my story. I'm gonna tell it. I'm the reason that these hats exist, because I told Reed, I said, "Make those hats, I'll buy one." So I've got one of 10. I've got one of the first ones. It's like right here. It's the OG. That's my story though.
Heard it here first.
Heard it here. But that first year was fantastic. We just had the most phenomenal time. That was, for me, probably like the first time that I really had a big group of friends from the internet that we all met in one place and kind of got together. And then, of course, next year was a little bit bigger. You all stayed in the hotel room with me. And
dude, that sounded so. We'll elaborate on that later, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, these fellers needed a place to sleep, and I had an extra bed.
That did not make it better, Chris. That did not make it better. I'm just saying. No, man. We were grateful as shit, man. Like saved us money, and it was a really nice hotel room, might I add. I just want to say it was a very nice hotel room.
Prime location.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I think we walked. Yeah, we walked back to the room that night, didn't we? In downtown. Yeah, that was nice, dude. That's what. If it wasn't for you, man, we never. Chris, kind of in a weird way, bro. I don't know how far we would be if we would be where we are now without you. Because, dude, I'm serious, Chris. You think about it, Hunter, and let me know if I'm wrong with this, Hunter. Chris was the one who said, you guys have got to go to Matt's. And, he's like, you can get a media pass. Like, oh, man, we can't do that. Like, we don't know anything. We don't have any followers, blah, blah. And it was Indy that said, hey, man, I'm pretty cool with the guy who does the media stuff. Corey, shout out to Corey. That's my dude, man. Finally going to get to meet him, man. 3 years, finally going to get to meet him this year. And you said, hey, man, I will put you in touch with him. I'll put the word in and just see what happens. And dude, gave us a shot. And it was because of that we went, because of us getting those media badges, bro. And you be the one hooking us up with that, telling us, man, you guys have got to go. And other people had too, but you were the one that said, hey, I will put you in touch with the person. And then you gave us a place to stay while we were there, introduced us to freaking everybody. We knew some people from X, but we literally almost followed Indy around the whole damn weekend, and he introduced us to everyone. So it's man, you're like the fairy, the fairy truck father of the logistics lab.
Indian J-Mart, man, y'all were our Sherpas that first year.
Yeah.
I said, here, need to go. Here's how to do it.
So I had to sit here and think some more about it. No, this will be the fourth. This year would be the fourth year at the Irish pub. Last year was the third year. So we did go in 2023. I had to sit there and think about it. And it was just so spontaneous. We all ended up down there. And it was, the core group there, and I think Charles Gracie and Paul came down later, and then a couple of the Aussies that sold the trucking bags, they were there. The Outback trucker Yogi Kendall, he was down there, and there was just a whole crew of people down there, and that's really what started, I think, the big Please Advise gatherings of that first year. And they've grown every year. They get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, last year was I thought it was way more people than the first one. I think the first year we all pretty much just took up that little bit of space at the kind of the front of everything, or when you walk into the right, right where like the little porch thing is or whatever. But man, we were spread. Everyone was spread out all the way throughout that thing, and I think folks ended up going downstairs into like the cigar lounge thing, whatever they had too. So.
They've got several different floors there, and I think last year you could walk to any floor and there was somebody from the truck show at some different level. And once again, if you're watching, that's going to be Thursday night in Louisville at Matt's down there at O'Shea,
Patrick O'Shea's.
It's O'Shea's. Yeah, O'Shea's bar down there on the downtown, and you just show up, say hello. We'll all be there. We were there until there's no set time. There's no plan. Just come there. It's by your own and just hang out and chill.
That's the only like going out we plan on doing. Thursday I got, let's say we all got, I think, Hunter, you still going to the Road Pro dinner?
Yeah.
With me? All right. So we got the dinner, the driver's banquet with Road Pro brands at, I think that's 7:30 to 9, and then we're leaving there and going to O'Shea's. But so yeah, and then I'm just going to chill there. I don't have, and then maybe we'll if everyone goes over to the dive bar, which is usually what happens after everyone leaves O'Shea's, then I'll probably do that. But otherwise, I'll just stay at O'Shea's all night, just hang out with whoever's still there. So
yeah, I'm definitely looking forward. I was thinking I missed out on the 3rd Street dive bar last year.
Did
For
we
what?
go last year, Hunter? To the dive bar?
I don't think so. Because wasn't that like Trey's thing that he put on, or was that
No,
just
no,
like,
that's just a spot
that's
Trey knows.
oh no, because Nate had
Yeah, they had
his
the
Oh, that's right. Yes,
freight
yes,
movement
we did the freight
carrier.
movement thing.
yeah,
That's right.
Then,
That's
and
right.
then I went afterwards and there was nobody there. Like it was different, but
that was the fateful meeting between me and Jamie, and I was sitting there and he's talking about this truck here, and him and Trucking Czar was there. I met up with them. The three truckers sitting out in the balcony having us a little conversation. It ended up being a nice night. We ended up having a good night. We all end up at O'Shea's that night with their, Eric was by himself, but Jamie and Hillary was there, and me and Miranda was there, and we all went out to O'Shea's and had pizza and stayed up till real late in the morning that night at that event there. But that was the night that I said, you want to sell that truck. And that was what put the wheels in the motion to buy the Mac, and we Macked it happen.
You Macked it happen, bro. Dude,
yeah. I've already put 100,000 miles on this truck.
Damn it, son.
So it got on the road the first week of June, I think,
bro.
Officially last year. So
dang,
I put 100,000 miles on it since then.
Holy shit.
So yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm slacking, not posting enough or doing anything, but man, I just drive. That's what I.
Man, dude, you've done 8 months, man. 9 months. What other drivers do in an entire year? And golly, brother.
And I mean, we've had some setbacks here with it. I had to get towed in back last fall and replace all the injectors. That was a whole big ordeal there. Wasn't too bad though. Got that dealt with. Mostly just been minor maintenance here and there.
But you're going to do that with what the truck, with any truck anyway, man.
Do that with any truck.
Yeah. Didn't you just redo the injectors on your freight shaker? I could have swore you had.
I might have replaced one of them. I hadn't done all.
All right, never mind. Okay, maybe it was someone else.
Fix one for that for a while.
Yeah, but
and I'm keeping up on that one too. Like Ryan calls me, maybe a couple times a month and tells me he's dealing this or dealing with that, or what do I think? I think right now he's got an ABS issue and he's going to have to replace that ABS ECU, which I'll be honest, I don't know if I ever replaced that. I know I done the wiring harnesses all in that truck about 10 years ago, but he's still out running it and doing, as far as I can tell, doing pretty phenomenal at Landstar. I mean, when I talk to him, he's in better shape than most owner operators I know as far as financials go.
Well, that's good, bro. Say nothing.
What you have to do, you have to chase after it. It's that old saying, if you ain't turning, you ain't earning.
That's true. But it's I just think that also like a lot of them come from that company side, bro. You know what I mean? They're used to being handed the freight kind of being directed and told what to do. And a lot of people think that they're ready for that type of decision making, but it's I wouldn't say it's rarely the case, but it's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? Because being an owner operator, at the core of it, it's about being a business owner. And the fact of the matter is, it's just not everyone is to be a business owner. That's a simple thing. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So, you can still have your freedom and maybe just lease on to someone or whatever, but
it's really hard in this day and age too, because you got so many people out here selling snake oil. I mean, on Instagram and everything. Like one of them at truck service, out of New Jersey. I probably don't even have to say it. Box trucks. Guys like $10,000 to $14,000 or whatever a week revenue and stuff. Like, no, you ain't going to do that.
Maybe that's who called me.
One of his guys. I seen one of those trucks out in Nevada, and that smoke, the reefer coming out of that truck was crazy. I could smell it across the parking lot. Dang. And all of a sudden, it made me realize, I was like, those guys probably don't have CDL. They're probably
not. Dude,
they probably don't even have to worry about that. That was a whole, that's a whole thing. Thing right there.
You want to know something that I have noticed lately, and I say lately, it's because we've like a lot of the industry, we've started collecting DLs and stuff, man. It's part of the fucking process we all got to go through now because people can't be honest. But a lot of these box truck people have a chauffeur's endorsement or license on their thing. And I'm like, man, it's weird. I've seen, I don't know, 5 in the last 4 to 6 weeks probably that I paid attention to. Maybe there could have been a few more. I just, I didn't pay attention to it, but
Are those fake?
huh?
Does any state still and do a chauffeur's license?
Yeah. My wife's cousin, Olivia, she works for a company that does like the high end fucking SUVs for rich people and stuff, whatever. And yeah, that's what they have to have as a chauffeur's license.
Really?
So drive limos and all that stuff. I think that's only what it's for. But it was just, I don't know, it's just weird. I'm like, like I don't know why that would be, but who knows? Maybe they did come from that world and they just got into box trucks and it's all a coincidence. And I'm just a crazy person. So it was just something I noticed. That's all.
Yeah. Just look this up here: Michigan, Illinois, Louisiana, Arkansas, New York, and California.
Texas too. I know we do.
Do a chauffeur's license. Did not know that.
Yeah.
How about that?
Indy's gonna go get one. he's gonna rent his Mac out for wedding photos. You know what I mean? Honeymoons, Airbnb it.
While I'm always about diversifying my revenue. But no, it's true. A lot of people get into this industry with unreal expectations, especially company guys who. And yeah, I mean, you can make a lot of money as an owner operator, but you will work for that money. And if you come into owning a truck and you don't have a down payment, and you don't have money saved up in the bank, yeah, a company will finance you that money. They'll advance you that money, but they're going to want it back, and you're not going to make as much as a company driver for quite some time. So that's generally what I tell a lot of people look at get most of these lease purchase programs. I'm like, look, I mean, what are you making a week? What's your take home? How much do you need? One thing that I always find out is more people need Dave Ramsey than they need to own a truck.
Dude, we're gonna get that on a fucking t-shirt. We're gonna get Indiisms.
But I mean, this has been a tough year. I mean, the state of the industry is there's still a lot of people out here that's just struggling. This ain't my first rodeo. This ain't my first downturn by no means. It's probably my third or fourth right now. This is a long one. For us, it felt like a normal winter. I would say we all made it, but it wasn't like feasting. This is the famine part of the industry. Got those peaks and valleys. We're all in a valley right now. Hoping that this war over in the Middle East resolves itself soon, because that can drag down the rest of the economy with it. But we'll see. But I've just been paying attention. We got trucking, still trucking. There's still people out here trucking. There's still people out here, all different areas of life. They're the different modes, they're different financial situations, different maturity levels. So to me, it's just the same old thing. And I've just been here longer than some of the others.
Well, it says a lot for you though, bro. I mean, like you're saying it all, man. It's a tough industry, I mean, and again, it's tough being a business owner, and it's tough, finding out how to make it through the famine times, and understanding that, when you feast, when you can feast, that doesn't mean you make it all make all the dinner that night. You know what I mean? Just save a little bit, put it in the freezer, save it for another day.
Nothing wrong with leftovers.
Yeah, no, exactly. Nothing wrong with leftovers.
Yeah, you can't, I mean, there's obviously levels that I don't want to go down to, that I won't go down to. But at the same time, I'm not sitting out here saying that I need X amount of dollars to make it. I hear a lot of guys say I got to have $4 or $5 a mile to even make sense. And I've seen some of that during COVID, but that's never been historical. The rates. For me personally, that might be the specialties rate overall, but as far as what a single truck owner operator really needs, you get $4 or $5 a mile. That's pipe dreaming. That's bad financial management, especially on van freight.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't speak that much about can't really speak anything about being an owner operator. I've never been one, but I mean, I've trucked and I know trucking. You know what I mean? I'm been there, done that. So, and I'm on this side of it now. Is a broker. I've also been on it as this kind of the shipper side. I mean, I worked as a contract transportation manager at a Home Depot and some other sites, but I saw their operations and stuff, man. And it is, dude. It's hard in every part of this industry, man. It is. Everyone runs on thin margins all the fucking time. I can't remember what it is. I heard someone, I don't know if it's on the show or at a truck show or whatever, but they were like, this isn't a dollars business. This is a cents business, and that's what it is. It's, man, you're cutting cents to make the dollars add up and stuff. You know what I mean? And so, shippers are the same way, man. You know what I mean? And brokers, I mean, you could say that for us as well, because like is everything contracts, so do our margins that we make. Now are there people out there on contract stuff that like are making killer things? Yeah. And are there brokers that get bangers? There is, man. But it happens to everyone. Everyone's stuff goes down. I'm dealing with it right now, man. I got customers. They're coming and they give you a load, and then you book the load and you call them to get back the carrier name, and they're like, oh, never mind. I'm going to go with this other person. It's like, but I have the tender in my email. The fuck are you talking about? So it's crazy, man. It's nuts out there, dude. And
with the industry these days, I mean, it was probably a little bit harder 20 years ago. I mean,
I bet
20 years ago, we just didn't talk about how much you didn't talk about what you were hauling or how much you were hauling it for, or how much you even made, or where you're going, or where you picked up. You just didn't say nothing. That was just the way it was. And now with the internet and YouTube, you got YouTubers out there giving it weekly updates. Yeah, I made this much money at this company this week, and I made this last company. So the data is all out there. Everybody knows what everybody makes. So it just kind of ends up being, everybody knows what it costs to run a truck for the most part. Some of us do it a little bit more efficiently than others. However that is, with the older equipment, you get the advantage of a lot of times, you don't have the payment, you have a lower insurance cost, you don't have diesel exhaust fluid and stuff like that. But when you break down, you end up having to find parts and stuff, and that can be a little bit challenging. So there's just all these different ways that everybody's doing business out here, but at the end of the day, the internet's made the data just all there. And if you think that your data is safe, I mean, it's not. Somebody's going to eventually come out there and tell it and talk it and put it on their YouTube channel or their TikTok thing. And then everybody knows what you're doing and how much you're doing it for. So it makes pricing really interesting and stuff. I'm still of the mindset that some of the shippers really want these rates just down to levels that don't make any sense. But I feel like right now, from what I've heard, most of these big carriers are breaking even somewhere in the 212 to 230 a mile range, the big fleets with the vans. And then you get, the more specialized stuff is going to obviously add on some cost and stuff there and some profit. But, it feels like we're all about running for the same rate. When I talk to other owner operators and other segments, I mean, we're not that far off, not really. They might run a little bit harder, miles, but I do a little bit more work.
Well, you do, bro. That's we all see it. You're out there, man, having to handle hose and pipe and all that, and the elements and stuff. You had
to bring up the hoses and the pipes.
The hose and the pipes, bro. But,
golly,
got to keep your pimp hand strong, pops. Bill Gluckman.
I do. You gotta admit. I mean, I do have a fun trailer top. I get to tell everybody I literally blow my load several times a week at the customer, at the receiver. So,
do you get to blow your load in front of your customer?
Yeah. Right out in front of God and everybody.
You're something else, man. I had read an article. It was early last year, and I don't know. The data's probably updated by now, but they were saying at that time that the average cost per mile to operate a truck was like 240 a mile, 230 miles, something like that.
Yeah.
So I can imagine it's obviously, and I know it's gone up. I mean, because everything has gone up. Fuel had leveled out. For, diesel had leveled out, gas had leveled out pretty much for everybody. There was a little fluctuation here and there, but we were all good, man, for a good majority of last year. And but my wife, she works for a commercial insurance company, and I've heard them talking about how rates have gone way up. That people are their policy is just costing more for absolutely no reason. Nothing has changed for them. It's just what's freaking going on. So I can imagine that cost is probably, maybe inching up to 250 or maybe even at 250 by now. So a mile to operate a truck.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at just like say the cost now, I was interested. I was actually at a bar this weekend and I was talking to a guy and his wife was selling insurance, and apparently they insured a lot of these immigrant trucking companies, and a lot of them are not getting renewed. None of the big carriers are actually accepting them on their policies on their riders. So that's very interesting. That's starting to happen. I think that's going to play some impact on what's out there and stuff. And obviously, it's the topic of the day. I mean, this DOT, this FMCSA might be the most responsive that I've ever seen. And yet they still have a long way to go. Like a lot of the stuff that they've done sounds nice, but there's no teeth into it really. But then when I'm out here driving and what I'm seeing is trends. So, certain operators are dodging certain states, and you can tell that. You can tell the routes that they're choosing. You can tell the time of day that they're choosing to go. They're doing all the old outlaw tricks, running at nighttime to dodge the scales and everything. But it does seem like there's less truck traffic out here right now, at least for where I'm at. I've been running the west a lot this year, so I've had zero problems finding parking. There's so many places to park out west, it's ridiculous. But it's kind of interesting, just some of the stuff I'm seeing out here. I still say that distracted driving, doesn't matter where you come from, is the number one problem in our industry as far as wrecks go. I'd say out of every 5 trucks that pass me, at least one guy's going down the road with the phone, up here, just looking at it, driving down the road. So it's just trucking, still just trucking.
Man, it's dude. When I first started driving, cell phones were a thing, but we didn't have smartphones. Like the smartest phone there was like a fucking BlackBerry. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So that was fucking it. And so you really have to deal with that out there. But I can imagine. And I see people drive semi trucks like they drive their car. You're like, man, like that's how they drive their car. It's crazy out there, man. I would not want to be. I hate to say it, but I don't know if I would, want to be a driver right now. It's fucking rough, bro. It's rough out there.
At the end of the day, it's still that same old thing. The only thing that I can control is myself,
Yeah, that's true.
as much as I want to control everybody around me. So you're always doing all that stuff, checking the mirrors, leaving yourself and out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I have that much problem. The big problem I do have is people flying up on me,
Mm-hmm.
They're not paying any attention. And you can tell they're not, because all of a sudden they're freaking out last minute and trying to shoot over to the left to get around you. I used to drive fast. I used to own the left lane for a good couple of years there in that old truck. And I would be over in that left lane long before I ever come up to a slow truck. These guys these days are, a lot of people these days just seem like they don't pay attention at all. They follow too closely. They drive too fast for conditions. They speed through construction zones. And there's hardly any enforcement against it. Like you don't see the cops out here pulling them over like they used to. Or you'll see them sitting in the zones and you'll see them flagrantly violating whatever law at the point, and they don't get pulled over. It's amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. It's chaos. It's a lot of chaos.
Damn. Indy said we need to start getting combat medals. Damn, bro. I could Yeah, I don't know. Couldn't imagine. I got out there in 2018, and it was nuts when I was still doing it, dude. Like it was, man, because I took like a 3-year break from being over the road, and then when I went back to over the road, I was like, holy shit, it was crazy. I was like, man, it is the wild, wild west out here, dude. These people just do not care.
It's still that way, and that's been nice not being over on the East Coast, though. I'll have to say that.
I like the West too.
East Coast is still chaos. I mean, there's still no parking over there. But you know, I mean, I've been doing it so long, I don't think too much about it. It's kind of amazing how I could just get out here and just go, and I just kind of know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going to be at. If I'm on the East Coast, I change my timing that I run. You know, I'll get up at 1 o'clock in the morning and be done by 3. You know, because there's just always parking at 3. You just kind of just all these little things that I've picked up over the last 2 decades of doing this job, and just keep applying that to my life. And man, I just don't want to do anything anymore, anything different. I just want to drive this old truck until I decide it's time to hang up and go to the ridge forever.
Well, nothing wrong with that. What say you, Mr. Howe?
Sounds like you got a plan there, Indy.
Just going to keep on doing it, boys. Just going to keep
That's right.
on doing it.
Somebody's got to lead the way. I mean, you make it look easy over there, Hoss. You know?
Yeah, right.
You know, there was a time that it wasn't easy. And
Him and Jamie, huh? Him and fucking Jamie, right?
Yeah. Jamie's biggest problem is where am I going to park all these Macs?
Yeah.
Tell you what,
Oh.
you know, I have a lot of respect for people that go out there and try to do more than one truck. It's hard. It's really hard. And I think a lot of it is in trucking. It just seems like, well, let's talk about indie trucker for a minute. The whole premise behind it is every trucker out here is independent, or should be. You got a lot of decisions riding upon you all day long that you got to make really quick, and you got to make the right one. So, and Gord's talked about this, the autonomy and all this stuff and decision making. That's really important for a driver to have, to be able to go in there and decide what they're going to do without somebody who's never done the job pushing and pressuring them to make a different or maybe an unsafe decision. So a lot of these younger kids, I tell them, I'm like, you're the captain of the ship. You tell that dispatcher that you'll get there when safety allows, and go from there, and hopefully that works. But you know, when you're getting pushed all the time, which is illegal, by the way, you can't coerce or force a driver to do things, but yet we have that stuff happening all the time. And yeah, I think everybody should be independent in mind. You know, maybe not an independent contractor, maybe not an owner operator, maybe should just be leased on, maybe should just be a company driver, but you have the responsibility, all the responsibility behind that wheel, making sure that truck gets down the road safely every day, make sure that you're not causing an accident, making sure you're getting home.
Mic drop right there.
I'm in North Platte, Nebraska. I don't know if I mentioned that.
No, I was going to close out because we already need to start closing it down. I would talk with you forever, but it's my wife's birthday.
We'll talk next. Yeah,
Yeah,
off here.
yeah. We're gonna
we'll
cook some
talk next week.
filet mignon. Yeah.
I don't know what are y'all doing Wednesday night, because Taylor Barkley wants to
I already
have.
told you what we're doing Wednesday.
I couldn't remember.
All right, so Wednesday we are having a dinner ourselves at the Craft House Pizza
That's
place.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I think we invited you, and when Hunter called, he set it aside, I think, for us, because it's Neil, Chris, Valerie, Hunter, me, Kat, Steven, Ethan, Jimmy, you, Miranda, Rob Carpenter. I think we were only like 12 or 13, and Hunter was like, dude, we'll just do 15 in case like we add a couple of people or whatever.
Well, Wednesday night it'll just be me. Miranda won't be down till Friday, but
Okay. Well, if you want to hang out Wednesday, bro, you know what I mean.
definitely I'll come over and hang out
yeah.
for. Hey, maybe. Yeah, I'll come over and hang out.
We're
Then
doing it at like 6:15, 6:30. We're going to be at Matt's. We'll be there at like, I don't know when Hunter will be there. Hunter will say he'll be there at noon. He'll be there like fucking 3. So I will be there at like 1:00.
I might show up Tuesday. You just never know.
Yeah, I was about that. So where are you at and where are you going? That's what we
Oh,
were
yeah,
like, kind of
so-
lead everything out with.
So I'm in North Platte, Nebraska. I'm going to deliver tomorrow morning in Louisville, Nebraska. I'm going to wash out and load up in Minnesota Friday morning. I'm going to swing through the Ridge Saturday. Sunday, I'm going to go down to North Carolina, south of Raleigh, and deliver to a brewery down there, and then probably coming back to the Ridge and dropping the trailer off at my location and putting the truck up in the driveway, and I'll come down in the Jeep sometime.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a big time. I'm looking forward to it.
Man, we are too, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Hunter and I are just like I said at the beginning of the show, man. We're taking it, just trying to take it. So, and it's funny, we didn't plan anything and ended up with all kinds of shit to do. And I mean, I don't mean it like that, but it's like, dude, we're like, oh, we're just gonna freestyle it, dude, just like a Friday. And we just tons of people like, oh, hey, man, you want to do this? You want to do this? But everything is chill, low key. You know, like Friday we get to do a really cool thing, man, when helping St. Christopher's Trucker Relief Fund with their silent auction at the opening ceremony. So Diane reached out to Hunter and I, and she was like, man, she's like, I'd love for you guys to come help and just, you know, talk to people and walk around and tell people to spend a lot of money. And we're like, dude, we could totally do that. We'll just like raise people's hands, you know what I mean, for them. So,
that's a good foundation right there. I mean, you know, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day, is just getting these events. And, you know, it's cool seeing the trucks, but the people will make it even better. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing everybody. And, you know, I can't imagine what it's like to be one of these really famous people, because heck, I can't even walk around that place for 10 minutes without somebody hollering at me.
Everybody knows you, bro. Everybody knows you.
You get like some of these guys with 300,000 followers or whatever. I couldn't imagine. I can't imagine. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen those people there, man. Like Bruce and, you know, Big Rig Barbie, and, you know, I mean, people like that, you know, they have the millions of followers and shit, man. And you see the folks.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't have said firsthand with Alex Maya at Iowa 80 last year, dude. It took him, I say, 45 minutes to walk 20 feet.
Dang, I believe it. Everyone's always trying to talk to Alex, so I totally believe that.
That's crazy. Nah, it's going to be a good year. Looking forward to it. We'll have to do this again. You know, one of these days, I'd like to do this live from the Ridge. That's what I really need to do.
Yeah, it is what you need to do.
Out by the fire with bourbon.
Yeah.
We'll have
with us present, though.
Well, we can work that out.
Yeah. That's present.
I'd love it. That'd be a good time.
Well, yeah, I would, brother. Yeah, I would.
All right.
Hunter, before we get to some sponsor stuff, you got anything with Friendy? You got anything for Indy? And then you and I will do final comments afterwards, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. No, Indy, always good chatting it up with you, man. Can't wait for Matt's. I still can't believe it's year 3. I mean, it's mind blowing, but
time flies when you're having fun.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Well, with that, Indy, stick with us for a minute. We'll just do this. We'll pay some bills real quick, and then we will get out of here. Tell everybody what we got going on. Let me get my stuff together here, dude. I don't know what I've got going on with my life here. You're looking for some funding, some factoring. There's only one of those people we recommend now, and the past, present, and the future.
With Sureline Capital, you don't just get their 50 years experience in finance and banking. You get freedom. Sureline lets you choose the invoices you factor, so you're in control of your cash flow. Get advances up to 97% of the invoice for immediate expenses, and no early termination fees, so you can move on whenever the time is right. Being a business owner is about freedom, and Sureline Capital understands access to your revenue when and how you need it is a vital part of that. Start your path to more control over your money with SurelineCapital.com or call them at 801-605-8822. Make sure you use code SURETHING365 to get your first invoice up to $2,000 for free.
Our friends at Freight Ninja, got to give these people massive love, since this is like our last show, because we usually don't do sponsor stuff on Freestyle Friday. These people are just fucking amazing to us. Sureline is amazing to us. Freight Ninja taking us to Matt's again this year, just absolutely amazing. We're going to be at their booth, do some live things, and trying to find out what, I want to say 38502. That's what it is. 38502. Matt's in the South Wing. We are right across from the Kentucky 5-0. So if you know where the DOT is, they got the coolest booth at Matt's, in my opinion, every year, bro. That setup that those guys have, Dan, is just the coolest freaking thing. So we are right across from Kentucky DOT. That I hope you reference us. Come by, holler at Freight Ninja, give them some love, and also give them a call, do some business with them.
Freight Ninja sites aren't just to park one truck and trailer. They can be the main base to park your fleet, a drop yard near one of your shippers or receivers, and a whole host of other things. Find out more of what they offer and how Freight Ninja can help you by visiting freightninja.com or give them a ring at 844-303-1505. Make sure you use code LOUNGENINJA to get special pricing.
All right. Friday, Freestyle Friday, baby. Indy called it at the beginning of the show. Mats or bust. Hashtag Mats 2026. Man, it's going to be a freestyle, but it's going to have fun. Be extra fun. We're going to try to have a bunch of our friends on that are going to Mats. And we're just going to, shoot the shit like we always do. Maybe drink a few and have a good time. Next week, Mr. Hizzy Hound and myself will obviously be at Mid-America Truck Show with our good friend Indy here. And Hunter, we're not going live. I don't believe we're going live unless we can make the internet thing work there. But we will be doing shows for Matt, so we will put them out immediately after we finish them. If we can go live, we will try. But if not, we will put the show out by 1 p.m. Every 12 p.m. Central every day, because we'll finish the show at 12:30 or 12:30 Eastern time. So or 11, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'm fucking confused. My brain's not working. Whatever. We'll put it out immediately, midday on Thursday and Friday. How about that? How does that work for you people? Okay, midday-ish. There you go, Hunter. Is that good?
Yeah, a little after lunch, not too soon before dinner time.
2 a.m. Hunter, did you put that video out? Shit. So anyway, we're gonna have a good time. We'll see y'all at Matt's. I don't know if we're doing anything the week after. We usually take the week after off, so I think we'll do that. But we'll let everybody know. Yeah. Huh?
We got to fight that truck show flu off, man.
I know, dude. And then April, bro. Yeah, Hunter always gets something. He always gets something, bro. I be pounding vitamin C before I go to the damn truck shows, man.
For me, it'll be a lot of Ridge content incoming. I haven't been home for a stretch.
Yeah, you gonna stay home for a while?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay home for probably a week.
That's good.
I'm gonna do 5 weeks on the road, and then a week off, and then 4 weeks on the road, and then 3 weeks off. Big road trip planned this summer.
Oh,
California, awesome. Nevada, and all that stuff.
Oh, nice, dude. Hell yeah.
Go see the Marine.
Oh, cool.
Oh, TJ.
Yeah, yes. Here you go, Dell. I like it. Dell, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you as soon as we get off here on my Bluetooth while I go warm up the grill to cook my wife her fucking $40 fillets. But I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, April is gonna be a weird month for us, bro, because I'll be gone to Vegas 1 week. Hunter's gonna be gone to Vegas 1 week, and then I think we have something else going on in April too. So we only made up doing like 4 shows in April. I don't even know, man. Hell, and we got some changes. We do have some changes coming up to the format for the lounge. We're going to let everybody know. I think maybe on Freestyle Friday, this Friday, we'll make an announcement of what's going on. And I totally missed Taylor. Taylor, I don't even know you're still watching, bro. What's up, dude? It did that weird thing. It put him up at the top.
I don't know why it does that.
Yeah, man. You see that?
Yeah.
And
6:45 in the morning.
Santino, sorry, broski. I didn't even see yours either. 6:44. Yeah, exactly. 6:44 a.m. Sorry, guys. Didn't even see that.
Everybody knows me. You know where to find me. I'll be around the show. You can't miss me. I'm 6'4". I mean, it's hard to overlook me.
You do not look that big. That's the ironic thing about you, bro. Is you don't look that tall.
All day Thursday, I will be with Truck Parking Club. I'll be hanging out with them, talking to people about truck parking.
Cool.
Then I'll be proselytizing my buddy Gord's book. Got to pick it up, End of the Road, Inside the World Truckers. He's going to be on Tucker Carlson here real soon. He just finished taping that yesterday. I don't have any other big news. I'm just glad to see everybody's doing good and everybody's doing a lot of things and doing the things they want to do, and just keep on doing those things.
Ditto.
Keep on having fun. If you ain't having fun, do something different.
Boom.
Ditto times 10. Hunter, got anything?
See y'all at Matt's.
Yeah. Well, see you Friday. We'll see you Friday.
I won't be here Friday, remember, because I'm going to be on that back.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Damn.
Maybe I'll come on Friday.
I forgot to find a co-host.
We'll do 2 a week. You want me to co-host?
We start Friday.
Co-host, bro.
I'll co-host.
Yeah, co-host. But there you go, bro. And I got to make it.
Yeah, I prove that. I prove that. That's what,
yeah. That's what's up, bro. That's
I think I can do that. I think I can co-host.
Cool, man. I'll hit you. I'll confirm with you Friday to make sure. You know what I mean? But you know,
I do have to get loaded and parked up that day. But I think everything. I think the plan will go as planned.
Nice. Yeah, I'll get with you, Home Skillet. That's what's up. Shit. Thanks for reminding me, Hunter. I totally forgot about that, dude. Totally freaking forgot about that. But it's all right. We'll see. Actually, one more thing I forgot. Tomorrow morning, Road Dog Coffee podcast. Make sure y'all watch that. 8 Central, 9 Eastern. Just gonna have the whole crew on here, literally doing what we just did this entire show today. We're just talking about stuff. So we're gonna be out of here. As I always say, chunk them deuces. Mr. Hound, roll that beautiful bean footage.
The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.